is Lisa MacDougall. I run Mighty Food Farm in Shaftsbury, Vermont, and we grow 14 acres of certified organic vegetables. I've been doing Mighty Food Farm for 12 years, and then before that I was farming for 3 years down in Amherst, Massachusetts. I met with a contractor to look at kind of renovating the horse barn that was originally here, but it seemed like it would be cost effective and best to just do a whole new building, especially since I wanted to do the French drains in there, and also if I ever wanted to leave this place, then the horse barn would still have a purpose for somebody if somebody wanted to do a horse farm here. I kind of thought about the dimensions that I was currently working with. I measured my Packshed back at the old farm, which was like really small, and basically I wanted something that was at least 3 times that size. And then I took measurements of my CSA room, because the wash pack area also encompasses the CSA room, and I wanted that at least twice the size. And then ultimately I came up with the square footage, and then for cost effectiveness, I think it ended up being, I think it's 40 by 60 or something like that. And I wanted it to be like 75 feet, but I would have had to have done something different structurally, which would have been a lot more expensive, so I opted to just be a touch smaller than what I had originally planned for basically cost. The pack area encompasses the 2 walk-in coolers and a bunch of sinks and like a dry goods area and an area for all of our packing boxes and bags. And the wash pack area is 2/3 of the building. And then the CSA room, retail, and employee break area is the other 1/3. And there's just a door and a wall that separates the 2 of them. And we can easily access, bring produce in and out via a U-boat into the CSA room. We have extra wide doors, big garage door, so we can back up trucks. It's also a single story building, propane heat. Yeah, the drainage system is awesome. Chris helped me lay that out. It's 2 French drains that drain into just an outside drainage area with some stone basically. And the tops of the French drains are removable, so we can clean them out from all the sediment from the root washing and the veg. And it's pretty slick, and the floors are pitched accordingly, so that everything goes down to the drains. Easy to clean. Concrete floors. Cleaning procedure for like sinks and totes and stuff. There's a lot. I guess, all the sinks at the end of the day, they're all cleaned and sanitized. We have a log of cleaning and sanitizing for all the different zones, zones 1, 2, and 3. Zone 1 being a sink, 2 being like a U-boat, and 3 for being like the bed of a truck. We wash crates down with a scrub brush and a cleaning solution of some sort, and then wash them down also with a Sanidate cleaning solution. We use a Sanidate rinse for our 3rd dunk in baby greens, and for our 2nd dunk in bunched leafy greens and head lettuce. All crates, even potato, are all sanitized, and we try to keep it spotless. We take compost out at the end of the day, and we have specific totes for leafy greens for farmers markets that are only used at farmers markets, that don't leave the farm for wholesale or are brought into the fields. Increased capacity. I mean, it's hard to, I would say it's probably hard to quantify it. We were working all 4 seasons in an uninsulated pack shed with no drainage. So in the wintertime, we had like ice cleats on because there was always ice buildup. So I think that, you know, it's a safer working environment, and it's a cleaner working environment. And you know, I think also too, the employee break area is really great. So I think that just making it a nicer place for the employees to be is really important, because then maybe they'll consider coming back for a second year or a third year, as opposed to just like, you know, not having a comfortable workspace or place to eat lunch. And the CSA room is pretty appealing and warm and bright. I mean, we were just working in uninsulated barns before for 10 years, so it's a much more comfortable environment for our customers and the crew. Absolutely. But I don't know if it makes me more money. It's more efficient. The layout's very efficient. The CSA room used to be separate from the pea shed, and so we were always hoofing produce up and down in trucks and in hand trucks, you know, 100 yards away to distribute our CSA produce. I wish that I had installed some sort of butterfly vent system or something, either in the roof or on the side, so that I could, even a fan to like really blow air through the packing shed, because it's a high humidity environment. And we have big fans, you know, that we set up, but I think that, you know, I mean, I come from the world of like greenhouse construction, so I don't know if you install butterfly vents in like actual buildings or not, but I guess that's one thing. And you know, I wish it was a little bigger. The other thing I wish that I had put in that I didn't, which would also make it would have to require it to be bigger, is a dry, warm storage area for winter squash and crops like that, sweet potatoes. Because right now we just have the walk-in coolers. So we have an insulated room in the barn that we stick a space heater in for the winter for our winter squash, and that works good. But it's not ideal, but it's I think to have increased the size of the building to what I had originally wanted to be, I think it was going to be like an extra $30,000. And so I don't think that in the end it really would have made it worth it, especially since we were undergoing a lot of expense, you know, when we were moving the farm, so we had to think about that. I really like the garage door that we can back up into with the produce. That's really easy. And I like that the floor is smooth so that we can use pallet jacks and U-boats. And I really like the employee break area quite a bit. In the old farm, it was just like a dark, uninsulated space. So it's nice that there's like a place for the crew to hang. And the CSA, it's all good. I mean, it's all nice. And it's warm in the wintertime. And the roof doesn't leak. Oh, the washable walls. That was expensive, but I think it's really nice. At the old farm, we had put up plywood and put on many coats of white paint to make it kind of like that. But I don't know, I just call it dairy board, but that's not the technical term for it. But they're a white washable wall that reflects the light well, and you can see the dirt, so then you can clean it. It was an expense, but I wouldn't, I'm happy that I did it. It looks nice. Chris really helped out with planning out the whole drainage and kind of like the footprint of it all, which was super helpful. And he also kind of reassured me that doing a new build was a good idea, even though it was going to cost a little more money. Because I was really on the fence about that for a while. And I talked with Hans Estran a little bit too, you know, about kind of like efficiency layout. And but I had also been thinking about it for a long time, about kind of looked at the building that I wanted. And it's not exactly what I want, but it's pretty close to it.